In this episode, we go behind the scenes with one of the biggest and my favorite baseball brand, Baseball Lifestyle. We talked with Josh Shapiro, the founder of Baseball Lifestyle, on how he went from posting 12 times a day to now running a $100 million business. We talked with him about working with Max Clark, the story behind the ice cream shorts, and their big plans for the future. This is one of my favorite episodes yet. Can't wait for you to see this episode of the Brolletts.
Before we jump into this episode, I want to tell you about Brolletts Shades. This is a sunglass brand that I started with Colt 2 years ago now to help young athletes block out distractions. Every time they put on a pair, they're blocking out all the noise that's in the outside world so they can focus on what they need to do, which is hitting the ball far, making that big play. And right now, I want to hook you up with 2 pairs of Brolletts Shades for only $49. Yes, you can get 2 pairs like the Red, White, and Booms, or the Florida Fires, or the Playmakers, or the Party Starters, or the Martians, or any of the other cool colors and styles that we have. You get 2 pairs for $49. And the best part, no code needed, nothing like that. Just add 2 pairs into your cart and they'll magically be like $49. Pretty cool. So head to reshaping.com, get 2 pairs of sunglasses, perfect for the summer, for your tournaments, for your travel, for the beach, for whatever that you're doing. Even get a pair for mom or dad. reshaping.com. Now let's jump into today's episode.
What was it like the day that Baseball Lifestyle did $1 million in sales in a single day?
Ooh, the hard-hitting questions out of the gate. I like this. That was like that was a surreal moment, right? So I remember we were leading up to that. The backpacks were getting like a lot of hype. We teased them out in Omaha like a month or 2 before, and then we had them in some Facebook ads, and everyone just kept commenting about these backpacks. And we had 10,000 bags. We thought that was enough, and we put them on the website. And like you said, literally, we were doing like 400. Billy knows the number. I think it was like $471 a second. For like 30 minutes straight. We had a projector up in our marketing wing, and it was great until the fact that we realized we broke every system that we owned for our company. So like we have our software system that tries to like keep up with the inventory. It's like when it sells, it matches it, and it was just all of a sudden it kept putting more stock up. So we ended up like overselling by like a couple of thousand bags just because of the fact that our system couldn't keep up. And then we had people we pretty much ran like a 24-hour shift for like getting the bags out. But the story that people don't even know about this is most of the bags weren't even in our building. So they were actually still on the way from the port in Cali to our like location. And they showed up like later that night at like 8 p.m. And we had everybody on the team unloading like 500 cartons from a truck that night, getting them off the thing because we had to get these bags out. So it was great, but also in the back of my mind, very stressful.
That's amazing. As a follow-up to that, like, again, just as a brand, like, how does that make you guys feel? Because you've built that community. Like, $1 million day doesn't happen just by happenstance, right? It's the culmination of what you guys have built over the past ballpark like decade at that point, right? And building the community, building the fans, creating great products. And then obviously that's not the end of your story, right? But like that day is exciting. You don't know all the things that are breaking behind the scenes. Trust me, I deal with Shopify stores every day, and I see just you hit those inflection points and you're like, this is awesome, but it broke everything. But how did it make you feel just knowing everything you worked for, culminated in like a day where like, man, like people really love what we built here?
Yeah, it's I still like it probably hit me for like 24 hours, and then like we all kind of the core 5 of us that started this. So like myself, my business partner Bill, who I had known since I was 12 years old. I'm now 27 years old. Melissa, our CMO, who's his wife. The other Josh, who's my best friend since literally birth, and Dennis, who's started the company since 2018. So for us, it's hard for us to like, we've been sprinting and we've been like through all of the the trials and the errors and, the years where it didn't feel like last year or 2 years ago. And so, yeah, I mean, it feels incredible, right? But like, I think for myself, it's just, you guys know from baseball, right? Like you go 4 for 4 and then, you want to make sure you go out the next day and go 4 for 4. Like that's a great day. I'm going to live in that, but now I'm going to kind of go shoot for the next goal. So, listen, it was an incredible moment. It was an amazing feeling. Just like the camaraderie in the company and the business of everybody, like kind of trugging towards the same goal, people staying late, people working hard, people excited about the growth. So that was like the best part about it. And then it was like, all right, back to work. Like we got to A, get these orders out. B, we got to solve these systems. Like, yeah, holy crap, the company's bigger than we thought it was. And we're still seeing that today. Like if you guys see our drops, we've more than tripled and quadrupled our drop numbers. But then by the time we order them and they come in, they're gone. And it's like, all right, well, now we got to reset. So it's been, I don't think anybody's been able to understand it. The growth, I think even our partners like Exporting Goods and Academies and Shields and all those guys, like they don't understand it because like they're seeing the same thing. So I think you guys who are in the community, like you guys see how big it is and you guys feel it inside. And I think we get that here, but it still feels a little isolated where like how big truly is this thing? And that was definitely a moment where we were like, oh, wow, like, yeah, this is definitely a lot bigger than we may have thought.
So cool.
You started posting baseball content at 15 and now own a massive brand. What's one thing that you did right from the beginning that others miss?
I think the biggest thing I did right was just like kind of put my head down and kept working. I think a lot of people, like when, I was your age and stuff like that, I'm very undersized. So when it came to playing baseball, I had to outwork everybody. I had to like kind of, prove people wrong, quote unquote, right? About like, I could play college baseball. So I took that same like mentality into the Instagram thing at the time, right? So like when I was on the bus, kids would be like, oh, it's baseball 102. Like, oh, like, why are you posting? Like, why aren't you going out with us senior year of high school? And I'd be posting on this Instagram. Teachers would make fun of me, like not fun of me, but they'd be like, hey, like, why are you on your phone? And I'd say I'm working. And they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. Right. So like, I think having the belief in yourself and just by ignoring the noise and just staying tunnel vision. Like I always was like that with baseball, and I was always like that with BL. And just having like 2 or 3 people in your corner that will support you. And as long as you have that, then I think you're fine, right? I think like Bill, my business partner, believed in me from the start. My parents, they were supportive of the whole thing. My best friend, right, Josh, he was supportive of the whole thing. So as long as you have those groups and you just kind of ignore the noise and keep trugging along and get 1% better every day, then I think you end up in the position that you want to be. It takes time. I think I've started this younger. So I think I'm seeing the rewards like younger than most people, but it's not like it's still a decade plus of building this thing. I've done this since I was 15 years old.
How did the Max Clark partnership and collab come together? And also, out of all the big stars in baseball today, why Max and what made it blow up?
Yeah, so Max is a cool story because Max has been following us since he was 11 years old as well. I had direct messages in my inbox of Max, like saying he was scared to come up to meet me when he was like playing travel ball. Like I literally have our first direct message was like, oh, I just missed you guys today. Like, so, then we watched them come up, and in high school, we're like, hey man, we'll do something. And then NIL kind of came about, and it was like, okay, now we can actually make something happen. And obviously, it's the most followers, like more than a lot of followers, obviously, than most big leaguers. And he's kind of like the Bronny James or the basketball version of the football hype guy for baseball, but backs it up with his game, right? He's the number 3 overall pick. Absolutely raked last year. I think he's off to an incredible start this year. So it was just organic. Max is a good friend of ours. Max, he's just like any other kid that grew up through playing travel ball. And then, so yeah, it's how it kind of came to be. Why Max over the big leaguers? Because 2 things. Number one, when you're Juan Soto and you have $750 million, my money doesn't really matter as much to you anymore. And number 2, I think there's something about being authentic to, like, for you guys, where you guys could see yourself in more of Max Clark than you can in Juan Soto. So that's why we go with guys like Max and Dexter McLeon and Jackson Olsen, because they're just more relatable. And the big leaguers, you'd be surprised at like how much numbers Max Clark pushes because he's relatable to people like yourself and myself. And so yeah, that's why we chose Max. He was also a very fashionable, content forward dude. So like we can make content with him, go sneaker shopping. Like anytime you post his name, it goes viral. So he was just the perfect fit. He continues to be the perfect fit. And yeah, I mean, obviously hope to see him, crush it and be a big leaguer. It's definitely interesting seeing him transition from high school to drafting. Like, because these guys, when they get in the league, like there's something about, being yourself. And if you're not performing, it doesn't look too great. And I've even seen it with Max, where once he's gotten to the minors, it's a lot more, about the game of baseball than it is about Instagram and social media. because it's now a job and you're getting paid millions of dollars to go play baseball.
The Jackson Olsen and Ty Pete collabs are two we're really excited about. How do you pick which athletes to work with?
I think it goes right back off what I was saying with Max, right? So Jackson is, again, another friend of mine. I've known him since he was at Stetson College playing ball and started this TikTok thing. And in 2019, he stayed in the same Airbnb as our team at Omaha College World Series, where he actually was asking us if he should go play for this team called the Savannah Bananas. And he got the call with Jesse while we were there, and he decided to play with the Savannah Bananas. And so Jackson's just been a friend. Like, literally, we talk to him all the time. Like, we've had some fun times together. Like, I consider Jackson like a very close friend, but also doing similar things with Max. He's like the Max Clark, but of the, I guess, non-professional league. So that's why he chose Jackson. And, he continues to just be an amazing partner and an amazing friend. Ty P, great personality, great social media, a ton of fun to be around. That actually came from the other Josh. He found him on social media. We reconnected on like 2 spring trainings ago, and they just came back and they're like, dude, this guy Ty Pete has like the most energy I've ever seen out of like any of these athletes. Like, like they just like loved him as a person. I've actually never met Ty Pete, but all the guys have hung out with him because I don't get to do as much fun content things anymore like they do. But yeah, same thing. A lot of energy, young prospect, into fashion, into culture, and yeah, I mean, you guys saw that YouTube video. We went to his backyard and he had like a whole facility in his backyard, which was really cool. So
We gotta talk about the cool packages you send to influencers. What's inside of them, and how does that strategy work so well for you guys?
yeah, so that I gotta give a shout out to Melissa, our CMO. She put all those together. So the strategy behind that is, just to get the product out before they drop, right? So hey, we're gonna tease this product, probably about a week before. We have our newest one probably already out the door, like every week. I think it's just doing things that bigger brands don't do that we could do like for ourselves, right? So like you see maybe an influencer box from like a big brand once in a long time or once in a while for an exclusive thing. I think for us, it's just we're so used to like we're very much like a robot on the inside where it's like we have a drop every Friday, so like the box goes out here, like the post goes up here. So we're just very regimented in what we do. And again, behind the scenes, there's always like, oh, things aren't getting done and balls are getting dropped and we're trying to make this thing land and this product showed up late. But yeah, what's inside of it is the normal drop that we give to everybody. It's just early access. And this is like, I think as we're getting bigger, we're just trying new things that, we weren't doing when we were smaller. So just to like kind of learn how to do different things. So I think this is the first iteration of the influencer boxes. And I think as we get bigger, they'll become more elaborate, cooler for some, bigger collabs or maybe exclusive products. But for now, it's just kind of this game of like, let's get people out the product before it drops and so they can show off this cool little thing that we built. And yeah, it also just gives creativity to the brand too. Like people have fun building them internally. So yeah, the fact that you notice that means they're working. So
Definitely working.
Your ice cream shorts are literally everywhere. Why did those specifically catch fire when you got so many other cool products?
it's a great question. It's kind of you guys, right? Like, I don't, so how those came to be, a lot of people don't really know the like behind the scenes were the original ice cream brand, I would say, because we actually had these ice cream collections dating back to 2021. They were just t-shirts. We didn't do shorts because we didn't have the capacity to do them yet. But a lot of the collections come around like national days. So I actually came up with the ice cream day when it was National Ice Cream Day, July 17th. It's every Sunday in the middle of July. So I came up with that as a thing. And we originally said it was just going to be a drop for the summer because ice cream is just a summer thing and whatever. And then, 2023, we dropped the ice cream shorts. And I wouldn't like they went crazy, but like they've only just continued to build momentum. And like now we see memes where it's like just like your standard high school kid and it's like a Croc and our stuff. And like, so it's just like become culture, which I think is just, shows to you just got to put things out there, drop new products and things are going to hit. Like you said, we have great other products. Ice cream shorts are less than a third of our percentage of our overall sales. They used to be significantly more, but we have so many other cool things like the pizzas or the rain delay that like everything's been selling out, the tacos, the donuts. banana stuff. So, yeah, those just happen to be the thing. And who knows, maybe 6 months from now, it's the rain delay or it's the tacos. I have no idea. That's kind of what you guys, right? So like, if the cool kids in high school are wearing the ice cream shorts, everybody's gonna wear the ice cream shorts. If they're now pivoting to the donut shorts, then you guys are gonna be wearing the donut shorts. So also, I'll let you know when my numbers change, but for right now, it's definitely, we cannot keep enough ice cream shorts. We're out of stock again. It's just absolutely insane. So yeah, they've taken on a life of their own.
Walk us through how you plan a product drop from idea to launch day. What happens behind the scenes?
Yeah, so it's become a lot more intricate than it was. So it used to just be myself and our lead designer, Nick, who, if you guys seen like C1 Coop on Instagram, that's actually his dad is our designer.
Oh, wow. He's the Marshall kid, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
So I've known Coop since he was 8. I've known his dad since I was 16. So we go way back. And it used to be like I would go to like a coffee shop on a Saturday and I'd be like, all right, let's go map out like the next like 12 months of drops. And I would go and I'd have like national holidays on my right screen. I'd have like the terrible, and I'd just be like looking around, right? I look at maybe other brands or like in terms of like what, things are happening in the world. And I would just come up with ideas. And then if it crushed, I would just be like, all right, well, like, for example, Dream Chaser crushed last year. You guys will see a Dream Chaser part 2 in like 30 days. We had like banana last year. Banana comes back. Ice cream comes back. So it comes, the drop becomes shorter and shorter because the things are actually continuing to just, we need to drop them again. And then, yeah, once that happens, man, it's like, all right, Nick, start concepting up design. He starts concepting up design. Then I'm starting to approve design. Then we're ordering samples. So now we're already mapped out for 2025 into 2026 a little bit already. And because it takes time now, right? So like our lead times are, 2 to 3 months. And then our wholesale partners want to see what we're coming out with for next year. So we're just working way in advance. And then, yeah, samples. And then when samples come, it's like, photo shoots. And then it's behind the scenes, getting shot by set, getting the inventory order. There's just like a million, like we have like a whole board that it probably has like 30 things on it that have to be completed once the product is submitted. And then don't even include like how many are we ordering, right? So like you guys are seeing now, our products are selling out within like 30 minutes to an hour again. We ordered that stuff in December of last year. And by the time we get here, the brand's bigger. And we're like, well, we can't really change it. So like the time you guys will start to see us have more inventory will probably be in about 30 to 45 days for back to school. So, or summer / whatever. But yeah, it's a long process. But I would tell you not many brands, if any, drop more product than we do, which is something that we are used to doing.
So cool.
Has a product drop ever completely flopped? What did you learn from it?
Yeah. It definitely flopped. And I mean, now flop is a different, I guess a different number than what it used to be. But product drops that flop, like there's things like, for example, that don't have like the same like craziness out of the gate, but they sell consistently, right? So like the joggers I'm wearing, like the cargo ones and the other joggers we did last year, like they did well, but like the drop day, I was like, I was kind of like, it wasn't like whatever, but like then so we have them like the polos did good. It didn't crush, but like the reason why we do the polos is because so we could get polos out into the world. So everything has like a reason and a purpose. Even when we order the inventory, we like rank them internally of like with our demand planners, like how do we see this go? How do we see this compare to this? How do we see? So we're always doing it internally, but every drop has a reason, right? So you could learn something from everything. You could learn like how people like the fit. Is it more adult? Is it more youth? Did this color work? Did that color work? Like we did like that you yellow and blue you're wearing, but we just did like a newer one. With rain delay, like that vibrant yellow, that vibrant blue. That thing like crushed because the goal is to take out cotton candy. Like we don't want to see any, like we made it popular. Obviously, like we hope it's popular forever. So like you got to, again, you don't ever know when it's going to go away. So what's the next color? And the yellow and blue actually outperformed the same cotton candy style short this weekend for rain delay. So it's like, all right, cool. You guys will see a lot more of that yellow and blue this year. But there's colors that flop all the time when we're testing things out. Cause you don't know. Right. So, but you learn everything. You learn to just iterate and change.
Yeah, it's interesting being in like a drop model, but also knowing that you need evergreen products in the catalog too, right? Like you said, like with the joggers, like that's a great product that, maybe it's a good Q4 product, right? Great for holidays, great for when it gets colder out. And so just having all that available definitely helps. I want to talk about how I see you guys as like a, someone not a kid, is I see you as like a media and distribution company that happens to sell products. Because of how much content you create, the way that you work with influencers, the newsletter, like all of that. Would you kind of agree with that sentiment? And also, like, I feel like gives you a moat and a big advantage in today's marketplace because of the media, the content side, and the distribute. Well, even now retail, like that's distribution that other baseball brands don't have, right? So I don't know, how do you think about that as far as like being like a media and distribution brand that happens to move product versus a product brand that needs content to move product?
You're literally like, I genuinely, it's like you're probably the only person that I've ever spoken to that's actually said that, because I'm usually the one saying that. So kudos to you on that, for real. Like, that's what it is. Like, we were the original influencer, like Instagram. Like, people knew me. I posted on social. We grew an account. We were always content first, and then clothing just happened to be the avenue of things that I wanted to get into as a kid. But it was always like media and content first and clothing second. Now I would tell you it's definitely like clothing is obviously like the money maker and like the content, but you guys see it, like our YouTube channel. If you go on our channel, that has nothing to do with our clothing. It's just content that kids want to watch. We actually made a decision 3 months ago. Like you used to see like behind the plates and like more brand style videos, and you used to see more product on our reels. I mean, on our shorts on YouTube. We made a decision like that is no longer the case on our YouTube channel. Like, you will only see content. And that's exactly it. It's the moat. Like, especially right now, like Bill, my business partner, is like the freaking genius on this stuff. Like, that is his like MO since the beginning of running this business. That is the moat. That is the reason why we are successful, is because of doing that. So you are 100% right. These kids are finding us on YouTube. They're finding our content. They like our content. They see the clothing. Then they go to their parent and they go search it. And then you as parents are getting bombarded on Facebook of our ads. And then you guys come and you see the reviews, and we have great quality products. And you go, this is all my kid wants to wear. Like, you're in the circle now. Like, it's over. And it sounds like kind of like trappy, but it's like a genuine of like, we love making content. We love making great quality product. And like, it shows from like what we do. So that's exactly it. It's content led first. Like, our number one referral for when people purchase is friends and family and teammate. We could shut off our ads and still be, an 8-figure plus business. I would at probably mid 8-figure business at that point. So yeah, content's everything. And we have such a head start. Like, I can't name like a lot of brands that have a 45,000 subscriber YouTube channel that these last 3 videos are getting 40 to 150,000 organic views on long form content.
It's amazing. Yeah. Guys built something really, really special there.
If you're going to start Baseball Lifestyle from scratch in 2025, what would you do to get your first 1,000 sales?
Ooh, what would I do to get my first 1,000 sales? I would probably go back to like what I did as my kid, as a roots. Like, I used to set up at like tournaments, like at Lasorda where we have our store, and just like set up a tent and just kind of get things out there. I would definitely send it to influencers, right? Like micro kids and like micro influencers, get it out there. But I think it goes back to the content piece. Like, everyone's talking about like how right now as a business, you need to be making content organic. So like, I think it's much harder than it was, but I would still go with I'm going to make content route. And, like, things were going by. Like, there was a time in TikTok, like a couple of years ago, where we were just making these like dumb viral reels, and it would just sell a ton of product. And you would see like these spikes, and I'm not talking TikTok shops. Like, you would just make these like stupid like TikToks, but it would create this viral productness, and it would go like, you would start selling things. But yeah, I would do that, man. I think at the end of the day, I'm always like a hustler. Like, I was the kid that mowed 8 of my neighbors' lawns. I used to take the kids in my class, like, you go to GameStop and they'd give you like $5 for your video game and you'd sell it in. I used to take their video games, flip them on eBay, and like do things like that. So if I were to sell like my first 1,000 things, man, I would just like every day try to get 1, every day try to get 2. Like, that's how I was with my followers. Like, I had a goal of every day getting 100 followers on the Instagram. And then I was like, all right, now it's 200. All right, now 250. Like, I love that. Like, that's like my itch. So like, if you told me to get 1,000 shirts sold in the next 30 days, I would just go figure it out. And then you'd start to learn what worked.
Love that. Love the hustler mentality, man. It still works.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
You guys are all over things like spring training and showing up at games all over the country. What are some of your favorite stories with players or fans around the MLB?
Ooh, players or fans, some of my favorite stories. I'll give you a cool story. This is actually this is like a personal story. So my dad is a huge San Francisco Giant fan. And I've been able to kind of use Baseball Lifestyle to network with a lot of cool players and have some awesome moments. Back when Chase Darno actually was playing for the San Francisco Giants, Travis Darno's brother, I was just talking to Chase yesterday, good friends with him. And I surprised my dad with tickets to San Francisco to go watch the Giants, because he surprised me when I was younger when the Yankees played the Giants. I'm a Yankees fan. He's a Giants fan. Don't know how, but he's a diehard Giants fan. I just grew up in the Derek Jeter era, and my whole court was Yankee fans, so there was no way I was getting out of it. So long story short, I flew my dad. I told him, hey, like, we're going to see the Giants, but I kind of like didn't tell him everything. So then, like, we had BP passes. We got him on the field. He got to be all like Buster Posey and like Pablo Sandoval, and they were there, all these guys. And then Chase like took us to like his like hotel where he was staying, where all the players were at. And then there was a day where me, my dad, and Chase Darno were the only ones at AT&T Park, like, or whatever it is now, Oracle Park, like hanging out, having a catch, like my dad in the dugout. So like that was a really, really amazing moment. I'm always very, very grateful for Chase for that. Like, we're very close. Like, I stayed on his couch, like, in the winter. Like, me and him become, like, very close when we were running around. But, yeah, I mean, otherwise, like, man, honestly, the person who's got a lot of cool stories is the other Josh, because he's now the one doing it. He's the one going to spring training. I was just in spring training for a little bit. But, like, we were doing stuff with, like, Nicky Cass and Jackson in Tampa and doing stuff there. But he's got some really, really cool stories, like, about, like, meeting all these guys and going on the field and getting to meet Aaron Judge and hanging out with them. So I'm more like the operations product guy, unfortunately, now. So I don't get to have any of the most cool stories. They all are like from years ago when I didn't have as much responsibility.
It's a great answer, man. So I got one more for you. Then he's got some rapid fire. We'll let you get on with your day. But I want to talk about kind of the transition of the company, right? So, starting as a social media account when you're 15, posting all the time, working with you and for your buddies, just like, friends, family kind of coming together. Now you're in retail, Dick's Academy. It's interesting. I think you said at the beginning, you're like, what, 27, 28 years old, like something crazy. You went from that to what is looking at like a 9-figure company, right? Like, how do you make those jumps and transitions? Because those are big leaps. These are big things you're dealing with. Like, as we're recording this, we got tariffs, right? Which are changing everything about COGS. They are, pipelines and distribution. You went through COVID. Like, these are things that a 27-year-old kid has no experience in, right? And you're just learning along the way. How have you been able to do that and level up and face these different challenges as you've grown the business?
Yeah. So I think it's 3 things. Number 1, surrounding yourself with smarter people than you. And taking their advice and running with it, right? So like my business partner, Bill, like, I would put him up there, and every people meet him, like, he's one of the smartest people I know, like super, super smart dude. Like, he's the vision, the strategy guy. I'm the X's and O's, get it done person, like, see, like, all of that, right? So surround myself with good people. Our CFO, our fractional CFO came on board in 2022 when we were only like $2 million company, and we were like, hey, we need you because, we're bootstrapped. We don't know how to grow this business with the money that we have. Like, how do we scale this thing? And he really helped us like scale our inventory, which helped scale our ads, which helped scale our distribution and everything like that. People like advisors like Mike Deckham, a Simple Modern. Like, I was on, I used to do Mentor Pass, and I would just go on Mentor Pass, and like, I'm very like, me and Bill we're arrogant, and we're cocky, and that we know what we're talking about, but like, we also are the same type of people that we ask a ton of questions, and we're very like, no ego, and then we actually action upon those plans. So I would go on there and I would ask all these questions. I would listen to every single podcast I could find. I dropped out of college after my sophomore year to just kind of run the business and do the things, but I always promised myself that I would continue learning and educating myself, even if I wasn't in school. So I've actually probably read more books and listened to more podcasts and had more education in the last 4 years than I have than I was in school. I didn't read a book throughout high school and college, and now I read 10 pages a day as part of my routine. So educating myself is a big one. And then number two is just, I think, controlling what you can control is the same thing with baseball. Like, like you can't control that you hit a hard line drive at the second baseman. These are things I wish I knew when I was playing baseball, because I probably would have been like way more relaxed and not as stressed out about it. But like, I can't control, what's happening in the world and government and COVID and this stuff. I can only control about, making good products, like having a good team, like putting out good stuff, and the chips fall where they fall, and like not over leveraging myself in any other situation. And then number three, I think, is like, this is the secret superpower that I think me and my partner have, is being a good person. It goes a really, 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 really long way. Our factory that we're working with overseas, I met them a year and a half ago at a trade show. And we've gone from like 2,000 units to them last year to like our full production pretty much is with them, and millions of units, right? And the CEO of the factory has come out to the United States. They're in Vietnam, China area, which is getting affected by all this now. But like, he comes out to the United States every 3 months, and like from last year, and we just built like a genuine like relationship. Like, I think people look at like those transactions as transactional relationships. Like, this is my factory. Like, we only talk about money. Like, me, our designer, our team, like, it's just like, we're good people. Like, he sees that I'm a good person. He's a good person. We know each other. We WhatsApp each other. We FaceTime. Like, and I think now, like, he's also seen how big the company can get. He believed when he said to me, he was the original factory for Gymshark. And when he met me, he said, I believe that you guys are going to be bigger than Gymshark. And he's treated us like that. And I've treated him with super respect from like him believing in us, and I believe in him. And so long story short is like, with this right now, like, we're not seeing any effects because we're working together as partners to make sure that like, he's not short-sighted, I'm not short-sighted. Like, so everything's paid on time. Life is good. Like, we're trying to take advantage of this time, because if the big boys can't fill the hopper of everybody else, like, we're going to fill the gap, and we're going to be there for you guys. And we're not going to raise our prices. We're actually going to lower our prices. You guys will see for back to school, our backpacks were $90 last year. They're going to be $70 this year. That was pre-tariff. And even with the tariff, we're actually going to get, because he's not doing the bags, we're actually going to get hit with those probably. But we're like, screw it. Like, we want to be there, like, we don't want to do any of that stuff that people are going to feel a type of way about us. So again, being a good person from the company side, and also being a good person outwardly focused to our customers. Like, our customer service person is the head of CX is Billy's sister. She's a mom. Our second SDX is Nick's wife, who's a baseball mom. Like, they get it. Like, we get it. We work with the people. And I think it all comes back to you. And then you reap the reward when you least expect it.
Well, thank you for being a good person and hanging out with us this morning. We've got a couple rapid fires. Just first thing that comes off the top of the mind, I'll let Colt take it away.
What's your all-time favorite baseball lifestyle product?
Ghost Windbreaker. I don't even know if you know that one.
The OG.
Yeah, that's what started off the hype train of the drops. That was the craziest drop ever.
That's awesome.
Who's a dream athlete collab?
Probably Bryce Harper. I used to love. I grew up like a Bryce Harper kid. Like, I love Bryce.
He's my favorite, man. I got his card literally lined right above me, so it's my dude.
Or Ohtani. Like, how could you? Or Judge, Ohtani or Judge. I mean, as a Yankee fan, also just like Ohtani, just seems like a cool dude. So.
Who's your favorite person you've seen rock baseball lifestyle 101?
I would say there was a cool story with Gio Urshela playoffs. It's not like a small thing, but the Yankees like snapped a photo of him coming off the bus, and he was wearing BL, and like, it was 2019. So like, again, these are like older moments of people that were there from the start. That was really cool for me when he was wearing it.
That's fun. Seeing those like early moments, you're like, dude, Gio's rocking it, like off the bus. Like that makes those special.
100%.
What's the coolest interaction with the kid who's rocking your stuff?
I think the fun interactions that I have are the same one, because like, I do this, right? So like, I'll see you wearing it, and I'll just be like, yo, nice hoodie. And you're like, why is this 27-year-old creepy dude saying hi to me? And then I'll be like, oh, I own BL. And then like, to watch the reaction of like the flip of people is like the coolest thing ever. Sometimes there's no reaction, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, that's fair. I understand. But sometimes there's a reaction, and I'm like, then they want to take a photo, and like, people tell me their stories of like how much BL means to them. So like, those are the coolest stories that I think I have. And they're very similar. I mean, really, like, just seeing it out in public is still a crazy thing. Like, it used to be like one person, we'd all text each other in the group chat, like, yo, did you see this? Like, I saw somebody, and now it's like every day. It's like, yo, like, I keep getting these messages. It's crazy. I went to Savannah Bananas game, and I swear, like, my girlfriend's like, what is wrong with you right now? Like, I'm so overstimulated because I swear I think 700 kids wear baseball lifestyle in the stadium. And it's like weird. Like, no one knows I'm here. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is a thing that I dreamed about, and now all these kids are wearing BL. So all those little micro interactions are like, they all really stand out to me. I try to make sure I say hi to everybody that's wearing the brand.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite video you've created?
I would tell you like the Max Clark sneaker shopping one was really cool. The original one. I have a pair of sneakers that I had Max pick out for me that I don't wear. It was kind of just like a moment of like, this is cool, right? Like, go to sneaker shop with Max. Max picked out the sneakers. We had like this sneaker store to ourselves. Like, watching Max just like spend some money. I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, this is what big leaguers are. So, that was a cool YouTube video. Yeah, that was probably like one of my favorites. And like, I love the behind the brand stuff. Like, when they put out all the content, everyone's filming all the time, and like, you really get to see like the transition of the business is really, really cool.
What's the coolest stadium or baseball event you've been to?
Omaha, hands down. Omaha is like, that first time I went in 2018 it's like a mecca of baseball. Big leagues are cool. But like, Omaha is just so pure, so awesome. We go every year. I'm going this year, of course, like a couple of days. If you haven't gone, you have to go to Omaha. It's just a really cool experience.
That's amazing. Yeah, we're heading out this year. We're just like, dude, as like content creators, like that is the one event you like have to be at, right? You could talk to all the vendors. There's so many cool people. Like, we're talking to the Enjoy the Show guys and the Pottstown guys and just everybody, and and just so many cool brands out there. I think that's where you got to be. Just the vibe out there seems electric.
It's awesome. Really hot. Really, really hot. So
love it. Well, good for those baseball lifestyle board shorts and slides, right? So perfect. Well, man, we appreciate this, man. We're gonna let you get back to your day. We'll make sure we link up all the socials, all the sites, anything like that. Anything else, just leave us with, or anything fun you guys have jumping off this summer for baseball lifestyle we need to know about.
Oh man, I mean, the drop's gonna get crazier. We got some pretty crazy collabs, some first of their kind, some things that have never been seen before happening in June. Back to school, July is going to be nuts. I don't know if you don't want to think about back to school. You're probably getting done with school, but
you're just ready for summer. Yeah.
The swag's going to be crazy. Yeah, next stuff's going to be awesome. Like, just keep waiting. We're going to keep elevating. Yeah, excited to see what we can unveil for you guys in the next coming months.
Amazing, man. Josh, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it. And yeah, can't wait for the next drops.
Yep. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thank you.